What if the first few hours after you wake up had more influence on your testosterone than anything you do at the gym that day? Sounds like a stretch, but the science backs it up. Here's a full morning routine built specifically around that idea. Over time, these habits will have a beneficial effect on your energy, mood, and testosterone levels. The first habit is morning sunlight. Getting natural light in your eyes early in the morning sets your circadian rhythm for the entire day, and that rhythm directly influences testosterone production. Your body produces most of its testosterone during deep sleep, and that whole cycle depends on a clear, consistent signal telling your body when day starts and night ends. Morning sunlight is that signal. Skip it or get it too late, and the timing of that cycle drifts, affecting the sleep quality that testosterone production depends on the following night. Furthermore, morning light exposure boosts dopamine and serotonin is actually the raw material your body converts into melatonin later in the day once it starts getting dark again. So getting that morning light doesn't just help you feel more alert right now, it sets up better sleep quality that same night, which loops right back into supporting testosterone production the next morning. 5 to 10 minutes of direct exposure as soon as you wake up is enough to get the benefit. You don't need to sit outside for an hour or chase peak sunlight. If it's still dark out when you wake up, especially during winter months, a 10,000 lux therapy lamp is a solid substitute that gets you a similar effect without needing actual daylight. This is also the window where your phone should stay out of your hands. Reaching for it the second you're awake hands your attention over to notifications and whatever's waiting in your feed before your brain has had a chance to set its own direction for the day, and it pulls your focus away from actually getting outside and getting this habit done. Leaving your phone in another room overnight makes this part almost automatic. One more thing worth doing during this same window: drink a good amount of water. You lose a fair amount of fluid overnight just through breathing and sweating, and starting the day mildly dehydrated affects energy and focus more than you'd expect from something this simple. A big glass of water before you head outside, before coffee, before anything else, covers this without needing to think about it separately. The second habit is delaying the first cup of coffee of the day. Cortisol is naturally highest right when you wake up, and caffeine on top of that spike pushes it even higher, which could lead to a crash later in the day. Waiting at least 30 to 60 minutes lets cortisol settle closer to its normal range before you introduce caffeine on top of it, so you get the energy boost without stacking it on an already elevated stress hormone. This also helps you avoid building a dependency where you need caffeine just to feel like a functioning person, since your body has already had a chance to wake up naturally before caffeine enters the picture at all. Getting some movement in before that first coffee helps too, even something as simple as a walk. It wakes you up naturally, so by the time you have your coffee, you're already alert on your own instead of relying on caffeine to get you there. The third habit is about cold showers, more specifically, cold exposure. Cold exposure triggers a significant jump in norepinephrine, which is well documented and part of why cold showers leave you feeling sharp and alert almost immediately. That alertness carries a real mental toughness benefit too. Starting your day by doing something uncomfortable on purpose tends to make the rest of the day's minor annoyances feel a lot more manageable. Some studies even show a temporary bump in luteinizing hormone after cold exposure. On top of the alertness and mood benefits, the effect is probably small, but it's still there. Aim for at least a minute. Even doing it at the end of your normal shower is enough to get the benefit. You don't need an ice bath or anything extreme, just make sure it's genuinely uncomfortable. The fourth habit is waking up without snoozing, or even better, without an alarm. Hitting snooze repeatedly fragments the last stretch of sleep you get, pulling you in and out of light sleep in a way that leaves you groggier than if you'd just gotten up the first time. That grogginess, known as sleep inertia, can linger for a while and throws off the rest of your morning routine before it even starts. Waking up without an alarm entirely, when your schedule allows for it, means you're waking up at the point your body naturally finished its sleep cycle, which is about as good as it gets for waking up clear-headed. If ditching the alarm isn't realistic with your schedule, at minimum, treat the first alarm as the one you get up to. The fifth habit is about how good your breakfast is. Do you eat a nutritious breakfast, or do you eat whatever? A healthy breakfast contains protein and nutritious whole foods. Eating something low in protein means your body is starting the day without the raw materials it needs for hormone production, and it's also more likely to reach for caffeine to compensate, which stacks on top of the cortisol issue from earlier. A breakfast built around eggs, grass-fed meat, salmon, or avocado gives you protein and healthy fats, both of which are directly tied to testosterone production, since cholesterol from healthy fat sources is actually a building block your body uses to produce testosterone in the first place. This doesn't need to be complicated or take much time. Eggs and avocado, or leftover salmon from the night before, is more than enough. And finally, the last habit is about morning exercise. Movement first thing in the morning increases blood flow and has been associated with better testosterone regulation throughout the day. And it also reinforces the circadian signal you already started with sunlight exposure. This doesn't need to be a full workout. That can come later in the day if that's your training schedule. The goal here is just getting the body moving early enough that it reinforces everything else you've already done that morning. Even a 15-minute walk covers this. The intensity matters less than the consistency of doing it every single day. These habits will have a noticeable effect on your energy and testosterone. Each one supports the others, so even a partial version of this routine is going to move the needle more than doing nothing at all. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one.